Welcome back, Deep Divers. Today we're taking you
Okay.
all the way to Chennai, India.
Nice.
To explore
a
truly magnificent temple,
All right.
the Sri Parthasarathy Swami Temple.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just any temple.
Oh.
It's actually a Divya Desam,
Oh.
which means it's one of 108 sacred temples
Right.
dedicated to Vishnu, scattered all across India.
Interesting.
What's fascinating about this particular Divya Desam
Yeah.
is its incredibly long history.
Okay.
It goes back centuries.
Yeah.
Think back to those poet saints, the Alvars,
Yeah.
who wandered across India singing hymns of praise.
I see.
Well, their hymns
Yeah.
actually suggest
Okay.
that this very temple
Right.
might have already been standing
Yeah.
in the 6th century.
Amazing.
A temple with roots that deep.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
It is.
But then they do just build it
No.
and leave it there, right?
No, of course not.
So tell me more about its construction.
Well, the structure we see today
Yeah.
is most likely
Okay.
the work of the Pallava kings, who are master architects,
Wow.
and they left their mark
Yeah.
around the 8th or
Right.
9th century AD. And even then, the story doesn't end there.
Oh.
Later rulers, especially those from the Vijayanagara Empire, added their own touches and flourishes through renovations and expansions. Just imagine the layers of devotion and artistry imbued in those very walls.
It's like this temple is a living timeline of history.
It is.
With each era.
Yes.
Adding its own chapter.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got these ancient origins, royal patronage.
Yeah.
But what about the spiritual heart of this place?
Well, this...
Tell me about that.
This is where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
You see, unlike many temples that are dedicated to a single form of a deity. Okay.
The Sri Parthasarathy Swami Temple houses.
Yeah.
Multiple forms of Vishnu.
Oh, wow.
All in one location.
That's amazing.
It's like a greatest hits collection of Vishnu's avatars.
I see.
And each one represents different aspects of his divine power and personality.
So you're telling me I could connect with, say, the playful Krishna and the majestic Narasimha all in the same temple.
All in the same temple.
That's really incredible.
It's quite special.
This place must be a very special place.
Absolutely.
For Vishnu's devotees.
You're absolutely right.
So tell me about that.
Well, it's considered a major pilgrimage site for Sri Vaishnavites, which is a specific denomination within Hinduism that focuses on Vishnu worship. And it's not even just about Vishnu himself. You'll also find shrines dedicated to his most ardent devotee.
Like the Alvars we talked about earlier.
Right.
And the acharyas, who are influential teachers and philosophers.
So we've got this incredible blend of history, architecture, and these different layers of devotion.
It all comes together.
It's almost overwhelming.
It's quite a lot to take in.
Can you walk me through some of the most important deities?
Of course.
And their stories?
I'd be happy to.
I'm picturing this epic cast of characters, each with their own fascinating tale.
Each one has a story.
So where shall we begin?
Well, let's start with the main deity, Parthasarathy, also known as Venkatakrishnan.
Okay.
Here, he's depicted with battle scars.
Interesting.
A reminder of his role as Krishna, the charioteer and guide to Arjuna in the epic Mahabharata.
Of course.
It's a powerful visual connecting this temple directly to one of the most significant stories
in Hindu mythology.
That's so cool.
Isn't it?
It's like he's carrying the weight of that epic battle right there in the temple with him.
Exactly.
And there's even a mystery surrounding his Utsava Vigraha, which is the festival idol. Used in processions during certain rituals. The idol's color changes.
Oh, wow.
And get this, it changes in a way that even modern metallurgists can't fully explain.
It's a mystery.
Wait, the idol actually changes color?
It does.
That's mind-blowing.
It really is.
It's like the idol itself is participating in the rituals.
It is.
So we've met Parthasarathy.
We have.
The warrior charioteer.
Yes.
Who else should we get to know?
Well, There's Ranganathar,
Okay.
the reclining form of Vishnu,
All right.
often depicted resting on a serpent.
Mm-hmm.
Now, usually in temples, like the famous one at Srirangam.
Yeah, Ranganathar faces west.
I see.
But here, he faces south.
Oh, that's interesting.
And you know what?
What's that?
There's a specific piece of temple lore that explains this unique detail.
I'm sensing a pattern here.
What's that?
Every detail.
Seems so.
Every direction. Even the way a deity is facing has a story behind it.
Exactly.
This temple is a treasure trove of narratives.
It is.
So what's the story with Ranganathar facing south?
Unfortunately, that will have to wait until part 2.
Right.
We'll also explore the Rama family shrine, which, believe it or not, features the entire cast of the Ramayana epic.
No way.
In one place.
That's incredible.
Yes.
You're telling me I can find Ramahaha, Lakshmana, and Hanuman
all there,
all hanging out in one shrine.
That's right.
This temple's like
it's amazing.
A Hindu mythology theme park.
It's quite something.
So much to see.
So much to see.
We'll dive into all those details in part 2.
We will.
Along with some incredible stories about Gajendra Vardor, Vishnu coming to the aid of an elephant.
It's a great story.
And Yoga Narasimha and Azagya Singar.
Yes.
The fierce and peaceful aspects of the man-lion incarnation.
Exactly.
So much to unpack.
It is.
So little time.
We'll get to it all. Picking up where we left off.
Okay.
The reason Ranganathar faces south in this temple is quite fascinating. Legend has it that the sage Vibhishana, you know, Ravana's brother from the Ramayana, wanted to take an image of Ranganathar back to Sri Lanka with him. However, some divine intervention caused the idol to become immovable.
So Ranganathar decided to stay put.
He did.
That's another great example
of
how even the placement of a deity can be steeped in mythology.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
You also mentioned
the
Ramar family shrine.
Yes.
I'm still amazed.
It's quite remarkable.
That the entire Ramayana gang is represented here.
I know.
Tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, the story goes that a sage named Madhuman performed incredibly intense penance.
Wow.
At this spot. Hoping for a glimpse of the divine. His devotion was so powerful that it drew Rama himself.
That's amazing.
To appear before him.
Wow.
Along with Sita, Lakshmana, and Hanuman.
Talk about answered prayers.
It is.
That's incredible.
It really is.
This really highlights the power of devotion.
It does.
In Hindu belief.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm ready for more deity deep dives.
All right.
What about Gajendra Vardor?
Yes.
You mentioned it was a story about Vishnu coming to the aid of an elephant.
It is.
What are the details of that story?
Well, this depiction shows Vishnu as Virata Raja, the boon giver, rescuing Gajendra, the elephant king, from the clutches of a crocodile.
Got it.
But what's so fascinating here is that Vishnu doesn't immediately rush to Gajendra's aid.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I've always heard this story as a very straightforward example of divine intervention. Why the delayed response?
Well, there's this beautiful ancient poetry that compares Vishnu's seemingly delayed action to Rama breaking Shiva's bow during Sita's Swayamvara.
Of course.
Remember, Rama effortlessly breaks the bow that no one else could even lift. Similarly, Vishnu's eventual intervention is seen as a display of effortless power, demonstrating that even when he seems distant, his power is always present and capable of acting decisively.
That's a really profound way to look at it.
It is.
It's not just about speed.
No.
It's about
the quality.
The quality and the timing of divine action.
It really makes you realize
it does
that there are these deeper layers of meaning embedded in these stories.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what about the last two you mentioned? Yoga Narasimha?
Yes.
And Azagya Singar.
Those two represent the contrasting aspects of Narasimha. The man-lion incarnation of Vishnu, Yoga Narasimha, as the name suggests, is depicted in a yogic posture, representing peace, meditation, and inner strength. Azagya Singar, on the other hand, embodies the fierce, protective aspect of Narasimha.
Got it.
The one who vanquishes evil
Right.
and protects his devotees.
So it's like two sides of the same coin.
Exactly.
The destroyer and the protector.
The protector.
It seems like this temple really does offer, it says,
a complete spiritual experience.
It really does.
And speaking of a complete experience, we can't forget about the Kairaveni tank.
Oh, no.
The very name Triplicane.
Right.
The neighborhood where the temple is located comes from the Tamil Thiruvallikkeni, which directly references this sacred tank.
I see.
The temple tank.
Oh, yeah.
I'm always drawn to them.
Me too.
They have such a serene and peaceful atmosphere.
It's true.
What's the story behind Kairaveni?
Well, there's this legend, even though it's connected to other waterways.
That's wild.
I know.
It adds a whole other layer of intrigue to this place.
Right.
So it's not just a beautiful water feature.
It's not.
It's a place imbued with mythical power.
Exactly.
What else makes Kairaveni special?
Well, in addition to its unique legend, Kairaveni is believed to have 5 sacred spots.
All right.
Called the Faithams.
Okay.
These are specific points in the tank that are believed to hold particular spiritual energy and offer unique blessings.
Interesting.
Taking a dip in any of these Thearthams is considered an act of purification and merit-making.
I've always been so fascinated by this whole concept of sacred waters. In Hinduism. Are there any specific things that these Thearthams are associated with?
Well, it's believed that a dip in Kairaveni's waters is more purifying. Than bathing in the Ganges River.
Wow.
For 60,000 years.
60,000 years.
And each Theartham is associated with specific benefits. For example, one might be for good health, while another might be for ancestral blessings.
That's really incredible.
It is.
I can totally see why pilgrims would flock to this temple.
Absolutely.
Every corner you turn,
It seems like
there's another layer of history, spirituality, and just plain wonder.
It's amazing.
This temple isn't just a relic of the past, is it?
It's a living, breathing...
It's a living...
part of the community.
Breathing part of this community. And speaking of history... Did you know that for a time... the Sri Parthasarathy Swami Temple... was actually managed... by the East India Company.
The East India Company.
As in the British Trading Company? The British Trading Company.
Yes.
That had a huge presence in India... during the colonial period.
That very same one.
That's crazy.
Yes.
What a fascinating intersection
it is.
Of colonial history and local religious tradition.
Absolutely.
However, in 1843, the management of the temple was transferred to a group of local trustees.
Local trustees.
That's quite a shift.
It is.
I imagine that transition wasn't without its complexities.
Of course.
Do we know anything about these trustees?
We do.
Tell me about them.
These trustees came from a specific Sri Vaishnavite sect, the Thenkalai Iyengars. This really highlights this nuanced interplay between religious authority and community management during that era.
Interesting.
The fact that a specific sect within Sri Vaishnavism was entrusted with the temple's management really speaks volumes.
I think so, too.
About the intricacies of religious and social dynamics.
That's true.
In 19th century Chennai.
It really does make you think.
Yes, it does.
About how a temple of this scale and history would have shaped the community around it.
Absolutely.
It's not just a place of worship.
No.
It's a cultural hub, a landmark, and a source of identity for the people of Triplicane.
Exactly.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it's easy to see how
I think so.
The temple's presence would have influenced everything.
I agree.
From local art and music
Absolutely.
to the rhythms of daily life in Triplicane.
Of course.
Think about the festivals, the processions, the rituals, the sheer number of people coming and going.
It's constant.
It's a constant source of inspiration, activity, and community connection.
It's amazing.
You know, what stands out to me is how The Sri Parthasarathy Swami Temple isn't just a building.
No, it's not.
It's a living tapestry.
It is.
Woven from threads
yes.
of history, legends, spiritual practices, and the daily lives of the people who've been drawn to it for centuries.
For centuries.
It's a place where the past and the present coexist.
They do.
Where myth and reality intertwine.
It's true.
And where the divine is made manifest.
It is.
In countless forms.
That's beautifully said.
Makes you wonder what it would be like to actually be there.
To be there in person.
To walk through those towering temple gates, feel the energy of centuries of devotion.
Feel it swirling around you.
See those intricate carvings firsthand.
Those carvings are incredible.
Yeah. Smell the incense.
The incense.
Drifting through the air.
It's like stepping back in time.
It really is.
Into a living, breathing
like a time capsule.
Yes.
And that's the beauty of these deep dives, isn't it?
It is.
We get to explore.
I love it.
These incredible places.
Yeah.
Peel back the layers of history and meaning.
The layers.
And connect with something
it's amazing.
Larger than ourselves.
Yeah.
All without even leaving our seats.
All from the comfort of our homes.
Exactly.
What I think is so fascinating
What's that?
Is how this deep dive into the Sri Parthasarathy Swami Temple reveals so much.
What do you mean?
About the broader tapestry of Hinduism.
Okay.
You've got the epic narratives, devotion to multiple forms of the divine, the significance of sacred waters, the philosophical underpinnings, and the way it's all woven together into the fabric of daily life. It's truly a microcosm.
It really is.
Of a rich and vibrant tradition.
I couldn't agree more. So as we wrap up our deep dive, into the Sri Parthasarathy Swami Temple, I'm curious.
Okay.
Have you ever had the chance to visit a temple like this?
You know.
What aspects of this temple resonated most with you?
I think for me, it's that sense of continuity.
The continuity.
That we talked about, the way this temple has been a living, breathing part of the community.
Part of the community for centuries.
You know what makes you think about?
It really does.
The enduring power of faith.
Yeah.
And the beauty of human devotion expressed through architecture. And ritual. It's humbling.
There's something very humbling about that.
Absolutely.
And for me, it's the stories.
The stories.
Each deity has a story.
Yeah.
Each ritual
has a story, and let no who forgets them.
Right. Every stone in that temple,
I know,
seems to whisper.
It's like they're whispering.
A tale from the past.
They are.
It reminds us
it does.
that history is more than just dates and facts.
So much more, Daro.
It's made up of
human experiences, beliefs, and the stories we tell ourselves to make sense of the world.
To make sense of it all.
Beautifully said.
Thank you.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
For this deep dive. Into the heart of Chennai.
Into Chennai.
But our journey through the world's wonders doesn't end here.
It doesn't.
Next time.
All right.
We're going to a completely different landscape.
Okay.
One that's just as awe-inspiring.
I'm sure.
In its own way.
I can't wait.
Ready to explore the mysteries.
Well, you'll just have to tune in.
I'll be there.
To find out.
All right.
Until then.
Yeah.
Keep exploring.
Keep exploring.
Keep questioning.
Keep questioning.
And keep diving deep.
And we'll keep diving deep.